There is fire on the mountain. A white man is attacking a white man. Someone of honor is attacking another person of honor. Fam, what do we call this? If you're watching, what do we call this? Do we call this karma? See, just calm down. It will not take long. They are going to be exposing each other. You see these clips you're about to watch today? I'm as shocked as hell when I actually saw it. I was like, what is this argument for? Didn't you guys know that definitely the live TV show is going to carry? Didn't you guys know that you have people like us that do not mind our business and we're going to fly with these clips? What the hell is this? Anyways, welcome back again to the channel. My name is Sonia. If this is the first time you're tuning in, subscribe, like, comment, and share. And credit belongs to original creators of every clips and stitches we use in our today's episode. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe because I'm so excited. This is just for educational purposes. I stand a chance to be corrected. But yes, before I wrap my mouth, let me go ahead and roll out the clips I have for you guys. And I'll be back with commentaries. How a white man of honor is embarrassing or disgracing the second person. Let's go there, guys.
And we have countlessly proven you to be a liar in Russiagate, in January 6th. You are the biggest fraud to ever sit in the United States Senate. You are a disgrace to this institution and an utter coward.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised that you continue to lie from your perch and put on a show so you can go raise money for your charade. You are a political buffoon at best. I challenge you to say anything credibly to the truth. Go ahead and run to the cameras where you want to go now.
Both of you be quiet.
Director Patel, at one point you made an announcement that the suspect was in custody. We got our man. It turned out that was not true. In fact, I think that was about 27 hours before the person now in custody was apprehended. Why did you make that statement?
What the FBI does is not just locate and find suspects, but we also participate in eliminating subjects. And what we had at the time was a subject in custody in relation to this investigation. So in my commitment to work with the public to help identify subjects and suspects, I put that information out. And then when we interviewed him, I put out the results of that. And could I have been more careful in my verbiage and included an A subject instead of subject? Sure, in the heat of the moment, but I was doing the best I could.
You know, candor, I don't quite get that, because if we have our man, that would suggest to the public that everybody can rest and relax and not then continue to provide information to local law enforcement and to you.
Well,
so that was a mistake.
I don't see it as a mistake. I see it as something working with the public to identify that there was a subject
So
in custody.
if you put out a statement that says we've got our man, and in fact it turns out that you didn't have your man, that's not a mistake?
But that's not what I said.
Well, I'll go on. That's my understanding.
Police interviewed Robinson's roommate, a biological male who was involved in a romantic relationship with Robinson. The roommate told police that the roommate received messages from Robinson about the shooting, and he did provide those messages to police. On September 10th, 2025, the roommate received a text message from Robinson which said, "Drop what you're doing. Look under my keyboard." The roommate looked under the keyboard and found a note that stated, quote, "I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it." Police found a photograph of this note. The following text exchange, then took place. After reading the note, the roommate responded, "What? You're joking, right?" Robinson, "I am still okay, my love, but am stuck in Orem for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can come home, but I gotta grab my rifle still. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I am sorry to involve you." Roommate, "You weren't the one who did it, right?" Robinson, I am. I'm sorry." Roommate, "I thought they caught the person." Robinson, "No, they grabbed some crazy old dude, then interrogated someone in similar clothing. I had planned to grab my rifle from my drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down. It's quiet, almost enough to get out, but there's one vehicle lingering. Roommate, why? Robinson, why did I do it? Roommate, yeah. Robinson, I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. If I am able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully they have moved on. I haven't seen anything about them finding it. Roommate, how long have you been planning this? Robinson, a bit over a week, I believe. I can get close to it, but there is a squad car parked right by it. I think they already swept that spot, but I don't want to chance it. Robinson again, I'm wishing I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got to my vehicle. I'm worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back Grandpa's rifle. IDEK if it's had a serial number, but it wouldn't trace to me. I worry about prints. I had to leave it in a bush where I changed outfits. Didn't have the ability or time to bring it with. I might have to abandon it and hope they don't find prints. How the F will I explain losing it to my old man? Only thing I left was the rifle wrapped in a towel. Remember how I was engraving bullets? The F in messages are mostly a big meme. If I see notice bulge UWU on Fox News, I might have a stroke all right. I'm going to have to leave it. That really effing sucks. Judging from today, I'd say Grandpa's gun does just fine, IDK. I think that was a $2K dollar scope. Robinson again, delete this exchange. Again, Robinson, my dad wants photos of the rifle. He says Grandpa wants to know who has what. The feds released a photo of the rifle, and it is very unique. He's calling me, RN, not answering. Robinson, since Trump got into office, my dad has been pretty diehard MAGA. Robinson, I'm going to turn myself in willingly. One of my neighbors here is a deputy for the sheriff. Again, you are all I worry about, love. That came from Robinson. Roommate, I'm much more worried about you. Robinson, don't talk to the media, please. Don't take any interviews or make any comments. If any police ask you questions, ask for a lawyer and stay silent.
Tyler James Robinson.
Polling case 251-403-576. State of Utah versus Tyler James Robinson. Could you state your name?
Tyler James Robinson.
So, Mr. Robinson, you have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, the court can appoint an attorney to represent you under Rule 8B and Rule 8C for a counsel appointment in a case where death may be a sentencing option. I'm ordering that those declarations be filed prior to the next hearing date, which is set for September 29th at 10 a.m. Mr. Robinson, I also wish to inform you of your right against self-incrimination. Anything that you say in court today could be used against you, and we want to protect your constitutional rights. Mr. Robinson, at this time, you will remain in custody without bail.
So I've been seeing a lot of stuff saying that Tyler Robinson, the person who shot and killed Charlie Kirk, was a groyper. Now this didn't seem very likely to me, so I thought we'd go ahead and take a look at some of their evidence for this. Their first piece of evidence is this right here, which is a image his mom posted to Facebook on Halloween saying that this was his costume and that it was from an internet meme. Could it have been the Slav Squat meme from around the time his mom posted this to Facebook? No, obviously not. You see, clearly this Halloween costume was a reference to this random image of Pepe the Frog, not even a groyper. This is what a groyper is in a Slavic costume created 9 years ago before the groyper movement even started. Now that already seems like pretty damning evidence to me. I'm already convinced, but let's go ahead and take a look at their second piece of evidence. One of the bullet casings was engraved in "Oh Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao," which is traditionally an anti-fascist Italian resistance song, which would make sense paired with the "Here Fascist, Catch" bullet engraving. But this is not actually what you think. You see, this is actually a reference to this random ass Spotify playlist that had 300 saves at the time of being found, and the person who created it having 5 followers. And Bella Ciao remix is a random song on there, which means this bullet case engraving must have been a reference to this or something. I mean, it sounds pretty solid to me, but let's move on to the next piece of evidence. Now, the third piece of evidence is the most convincing piece yet. It's that he referenced a video game and used memes in his bullet engravings. Now, we all know that only right-wing activists have ever played video games, and only right-wing activists have ever used memes. Now, that just seems like unbeatable conjecture to me. I mean, literally, the fourth law of thermodynamics states that only right-wing activists use memes and reference video games. It's literally the most damning piece of evidence yet. I don't know how anyone can refute this one. Now, the fourth piece of evidence is that he grew up in a white conservative family, and we all know all members of every family are exactly the same and are carbon copies of each other ideologically. So, obviously he was a white conservative. There's no other conclusion. It's just clear-cut 100%. Since he grew up in a conservative family, he must be conservative himself. Now, obviously, none of this evidence makes any sense at all, and this is just a narrative campaign that is being spread by small creators and big creators who are just dishonest or ignorant and don't know anything. If you know anything about Groypers or who they are or what they believe in, you'd know they wouldn't write anti-fascist slogans and messages on the bull engravings. If anything, the slogans and messages would be about Israel and calling Charlie Kirk a Jew, not a fascist. That doesn't make any sense. Half the Groypers are fascists, so for what reason they would be using fascist as a pejorative against Charlie Kirk, I don't know. I've seen some people say Nick Fuentes would call Charlie Kirk a fascist often, which is just a lie. There's no clips of this. There's no evidence for this. So the only reason I can think of is that these people just found out what a Groyper was this morning, and they see this, these headlines, these small creators, these big creators pushing this narrative that is based upon only like weird, circumstantial, extremely complicated mental gymnastics. So I'm sure when new evidence comes out, it will dispel this weird, circumstantial, conspiratorial narrative that has come around. But just dispel these rumors when you see them. They make no sense at all. And yeah, that's about it.
Do I believe that Tyler Robinson did it? No, I don't believe that. There's too many variables that are not making sense now. There's the one conspiracy theory that if you sit there and you dot all the I's and cross all the T's, there's 3 guys in his detail. 3 guys in his detail are linked to the Mossad. They work for a Jewish-linked Mossad security company. The guy who owns the company is an ex-Navy SEAL that also worked for the IDF. Look, there's so much fucking shit, man. It's like, it was this like, the kid, it doesn't make sense. The kid was limping with the rifle.
But even then, like, let's bring up like a bunch of other shit.
Yeah.
Like, how the scene wasn't secure immediately. Like, that didn't make any sense. Like, how they had like 20 minutes or whatever to get everybody out of there or some shit.
Yeah.
Didn't happen. Some cameras were taken down previously, like before the scene was even shut down, which is another thing to look at. Like, as soon as they got him out of there, like, I know like that view probably doesn't show shit, but it's like, why are they not, showing anything about that?
I don't know.
Because there was a camera like right behind him, and that got taken down.
Yeah, that's just
by
weird.
some random security dude or whatever.
I'm the only thing I can say is watching these videos that are coming up in slow-mo of him getting hit. He was hit on an angle, not the angle from the roof. He was hit on a close angle from the side, and if you look at it, the way the wound goes, it's just boom, opens, and it comes out this way. So It's a close shot. And if you look, there was an older gentleman that went into his fanny pack and pulled out what looked like a cell phone, but you go on the internet and Google this thing, it's a gun. Looks like a cell phone that you just open it up and you could put 2 shots in it. Whatever, it's a gun. He's holding it like this, and you see him jerk his shoulder. That's when Charlie got hit. Prior to that, the one guy on the side with a camera, instead of him going to the crowd, and he's now pointing it directly on Charlie Kirk. He goes and touches the rim of his hat and does something to his face. And if you look up, in the armed forces,
everybody's got the calls, not the call signs, the whatever the fuck.
So let me get this right. Tyler Robinson, 22 years old, born in Utah, children of Republicans, father of police. He's a Mormon, scored extremely high on his ACT, has no history of being a criminal. Guy not showing his picture up. Trump, when this first happened with Charlie Kirk, you put up a picture of a black dude that had absolutely nothing to do with Charlie Kirk. Did a heinous crime, should definitely go to jail for life. I'm not condoning what he did at all. But you tried to plant the seed that this is a black person problem. This is the face of crime. Netanyahu made an interview where he tried to insert his bias talking about Islamic extremism, radical left. Y'all said this is a war on the left. Y'all don't want to deal with the root cause. The root cause is y'all. It's y'all. People shouldn't be getting killed for their opinions. I agree with that. You shouldn't just have a regular opinion and be getting killed. I'm not telling you to be getting killed for opinions. But we can't also act like your opinions don't come with personal responsibility. We can't put out divisive rhetoric, hate, racism, bigotry, and think that nothing can come of this. The dude that killed Buddy look like y'all, stay in y'all neighborhoods, go to y'all churches, raised by y'all. This don't seem like no radical left to me, my G. And it's not. Clean up your own house. The usual suspects strike again. The ones that hurt America the most resemble the European settlers that came first. The violence got to stop across the board. Immorality got to stop across the board. Ethics and integrity need to be at the forefront. Common sense need to prevail. This whole propaganda, the whole news cycle, everything how politics is even publicized and misinformation that's put out is meant to cause shit like this. And then we surprised when shit like this happen. Y'all want a better America? You want a better life? Stop being weird, bruh. Stop playing. This ain't a game. That man, 31 years old, lost his life because y'all thought this was a game. This is not a game. We know it ain't no game. About we got no black people. Black people know it's not a game. We've been dealing with violent politics the whole time we've been here. The whole time we've existed on this soil. We know this shit is real. Y'all think this shit a game. It's not a game, bruh. That shit, you feel it when it hit home, huh? Talk about make America great again. Let's just make America great. Be easy.
All right, here we go, guys. Tyler Robinson has just appeared in court to be officially arraigned in the assassination of Charlie Kirk for the first time. Judge Tony Graff is going to be presiding, and today, Tyler was informed for the first time that the state will be pursuing the death penalty. Prosecutors have also filed a pretrial protective order on behalf of Charlie's wife, Erica. Now, the charges are as follows. Tyler is going to be charged with aggravated murder, which is a capital felony, felony discharge of a firearm causing serious bodily injury, which is a second-degree felony, obstruction of justice, now that's for moving the firearm, which is also a second-degree felony, another charge of obstruction for disposing the clothes, witness tampering for deleting the text messages, I think there's a couple of charges for that, and committing a violent offense in the presence of a child. So they are absolutely going to be throwing the book. Oh, and by the way, yes, the state of Utah does have execution by firing squad. And oh, happy coincidence, it's one of the only 5 states, along with Idaho, Mississippi, Oklahoma, and South Carolina, that allow this option. And by happy coincidence, Utah is the only state to have carried out firing squad executions in modern times. I hate to point out the obvious for you, Tyler, but that little suicide vest that you're wearing tells me that you're trying to take care of the problem yourself. But no. We're going to have you on close watch until the state can do that for us. Just pointing out the obvious, buddy. You're not gonna get away.
So Tyler was always kind of quieter since we were little, but not like quiet weird. He, since like kindergarten, was always confident to talk to teachers and stuff, and he had kind of an inner circle that loved him, and he always was able to speak to them, and always just his energy speaking to his friends and the way he treated people overall. I don't know, I think this is really unexpected. I didn't see it coming at all online, but he, since I met him growing up, was always a kind, respectable, genuine kid, the kind of student that teachers liked, and all this, I feel like, not just to me, but everyone else, has come really unexpected. He was always just like the type A student, the one that got stuff done on time, the one that always did his homework, admired by like adults, and always respected adults and peers and friends, authority figures, and everything like that. I always thought I'd see him more as like a CEO or something, or like a businessman, some billionaire by 26 or something type thing, rather than what's transpired now. Really well-rounded and just a sharp, kind, respectful individual. I mean, the type of kid that like reminds the teacher that they need to assign homework type thing. But I don't know, I feel like he just got along with everyone. Everyone liked him. His family, just a cute, traditional, cookie cutter kind of family, like the type of family you'd want to be in, I guess. Just the type that does Christmas traditions and has the family picture hanging in the hallway, just that type of thing. Just like a good family.
If I was released concerning the issue of Tyler Robinson, the particular guy that unalived Charlie Creek, and the only thing these people will do is to go ahead and start arguing with each other with insultive words on a live show, bringing Americans to realize that a lot of things is actually buried, and bringing Americans to speculate that Tyler Robinson might not be the person that actually unalived Charlie Creek. A statement was released, and instead of this honorable two men to sit as a grown-ass man and dialogue how we can move forward, it become a thing of war, and how each of them are reminding each other what they are doing with the American funds. Are you not seeing that the God of Black Americans, the God of foundational Black Americans, the God of the enslaved descendants, is now hitting these people with karma? Let it make sense to me that I sit in a live TV and I know that the world is actually going to pick this up. I know that there are people that are ready to pick each single clips and turn it up to something, and I still mess up myself, forgetting the honor I have in a particular country. How does that make sense? Now, a lot of Americans are starting to realize that there is a lot behind the scene regarding this Tyler that a lot of people don't know yet. Because this is giving us more eye-opening. I've said it in one of my videos that I will not be surprised that this said guy that came out to say he was the one. He did not come out, sorry. Let me retract back my word. This same guy that his dad came out and said he was the one that unalived Charlie has not used his own mouth to confess to that. Until I await to see that confession from his mouth, then I can believe. Because when I went into deep research, I found out that this said guy, a lot of people in the community, a lot of people in his environment are saying good thing about him. This person do not have a criminal record. This person do not have a police case. This person literally do not have any license. Pew. But all of a sudden, something just came up. He chatted or not chatted, even despite the fact that those chatted were released. I still do not have that full confidence and belief yet until justice prevail, or until he used his own mouth to say, yes, I did it, that is the only time I will fully believe. Even from the clips I played for you guys, if you watched very well, you can hear some Americans saying they don't believe that this guy actually did it. So probably because something somewhere is happening. Either I don't want to say so much. This is a media space. Because if I said what is in my mind, it might not end so well. But anyways, with these clips that you guys have watched, let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think that this particular guy is the one that really unalived Charlie Kirk? Or you think that there is something fishy behind the scene? I just want to get your honest opinion in the comment section. And yeah, this is just for educational purposes, not to bash anyone. Credit belongs to original creators of every clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And guys, with no further ado, I'm going to be saying bye, and I'll see you guys in my next one. And I will not stop by saying thank you so much to every single one of you that do send me super chats. I'm grateful. I do not take you guys for granted. Not until now. I'll see you in my next clips. Bye for now. I love you. Mwah.